Hello students, welcome to week 6 of curriculum studies in science education. This class we go back to examine sociological aspects of science education, and this time we go beyond issues of diversity. In particular, we will examine how factors such as culture, language broadly understood, as well as place, play a role in meaning making, and as such involved in science curriculum. One text focuses on cultural perspectives of science education in general, and the other focuses on place. Those texts are not easy read, I admit. They are quite dense. You will see the term linguistic turn in one of the papers, and this term means considering language as a culturally transmitted resource for making meaning socially. That is, that language is key in making sense for people and between people. So we have two themes. The first one is science education and identity change, and this theme is about the influence of new knowledge on not just what we know, but on who we are. That the socio-cultural argument that learning science is not just adding some piece of information to what we already know, that it has much further and significant consequences of the way we actually perceive ourselves, our identity, and our relationships with others. So does Lemke, the author of one of the papers, critiques the idea that learning is only cognitive. He argues, and I quote, an apparent assumption of conceptual change perspectives in science education is that people can simply change their views on one topic or in one scientific domain without the need to change anything else about their lives or their identities. And this modularism, says Lemke, runs contrary to the experience of sociocultural research. So this assumption is wrong. As an example, he brings the evolutionist-creationist controversy and how adopting either side might involve a change in one's identity. What I'm asking is, how do you think science curriculum can consider the possible identity change involved in science education? And I'm asking you to reflect how it can be done in a particular example, not the evolutionist creationist controversy. The second thing is place-based science education, and this seems concerns the meaning and role of place in science education and the significance a place has for people. It's not just that it is not just an object of scientific inquiry, like, say, a fossil. The paper on this issue by Simkin and Freeman says, and I quote, conscientious, effective place-based science teaching must be informed not only by the sound scientific knowledge of the places of study, such as would underpin any good mainstream pedagogy, but also by a respectful, if not mutual, understanding of the diverse meanings and attachment affixed to these places. End of quote. And another quote is from this paper: sense of place is environmentally and socially constructed and negotiated. End quote. So it's not just has to do with the environment, also, but also with the society. And this kind of attitude to place is, we know, is known among indigenous people. What I'm asking, however, is how is place-based science education relevant to non-indigenous or historically inhabited communities, communities that do not necessarily hold meanings and attachments associated to places, or at least not in the same way that indigenous communities do. And I invite you to think about living in a big city. Does it have any scientific meaning for those living in it, for example? Or maybe you challenge the whole assumption here. So following Semken and Freeman's discussion, I'm asking to offer one place attachment aspect and one place meaning aspect that might resonate with those students from non-indigenous or historically inhabited communities. That's it for me for now. Enjoy the reading and the discussion. Bye-bye.